Welcome back to Library at 11. Happy fall. It's sweater weather, as we like to call it in Northeast Ohio, and we have some activities for you.
Hello everyone, thanks for joining us for sweater weather. We thought we would feature some of our cozy mysteries to keep with our theme. And cozies, if you're not familiar with them, are largely considered gentle reads. They are usually set in charming places. They have an amateur sleuth who gets entangled in a murder mystery, and various hijinks ensue. So we're featuring today a deadly inside scoop, and this is local author Abby Collette, and this is about Bronwyn Cruz, who returns to her small town of Chagrin Falls, Ohio, where she's gonna manage the family's ice cream shop. And of course, there's a complication with a dead body, and so she tries to solve this mystery. One of the nice things about Cozy Mysteries is you'll find bonus recipes and things like that in the back. So this one features lots of ice cream recipes. Our next selection will be Mimi Lee Gets a Clue by Jennifer J. Chow. This one features an Asian American detective, and she also has a talking cat. So this is the fun twist with this one. And again, she gets tangled up in a murder mystery, and this one is set in Hollywood. Another one is Arsenic and Adobo by Mila Manansala, and this features a Filipino detective and a lot of Filipino culture, so you will find lots of Filipino recipes in the back of this one. Some more that feature wine pairings would be Killer Chardonnay by Kate Lansing. And this story features a winery in Boulder, Colorado. And this one just has a quirky cast of characters and a dead body, of course, as they all do. This one, Hems and Homicide, kind of veers away from food and goes more to hobbies and crafts. So this features Iris returning home to her grandmother's apron shop, and lo and behold, they find a body in the basement. And so she suspects the landlord, but again, it comes back to the grandmother, and another cast of characters solves the crime. And to kind of taper off and get you into the holiday spirit, we have One Poison Pie by Lynn Cahoon. So this one features a touch of paranormal and a kitchen witch. So this one is very seasonal for the Halloween time. So hope you enjoy these. Stop by. We do have a display with lots of cozy mysteries, so come on in and check some of those out.
All right, it's time for tea. So one of my favorite things about fall is getting to sample all the fun seasonal tea flavors you see in the stores. Now, if you're a tea beginner and you're completely lost on what all these types of tea are, black, white, green, chai, oolong, pu'er, robust, what is it? We have a couple of books to get you started. But before we do, a quick little explanation. When tea is made, the process involves picking the tea leaves, drying them, oxidizing or fermenting them, and then drying them again before you brew them. And the way you do each of these steps determines whether a tea leaf becomes black tea or green tea, etc. Then there's also herbal tea, which is not made with tea leaves. These are the fruity flavors of tea you'll find at the stores, and they're always caffeine-free. The final one is rooibos, or rooibos. I've heard it said both ways. And that's made from a bush in Africa called a red tree. And that's also a caffeine-free herbal style tea. So if your head isn't spinning too much yet, I'd like to start you guys off with the Little Tea Book by Sebastian Beckwith and Carolyn Paul. This will show you everything from selecting the right tea to the different flavors and what makes each tea unique. For the die-hard tea lover, we have Infused by Henrietta Lovell. A lot of tea enthusiasts will argue that loose leaf tea is better than those little store-bought tea bags. So Henrietta set out to prove to people what makes loose leaf tea so special. If you're not ready for summer to be over yet, we have Iced Tea by Fred Thompson. Fun recipes for making different types of iced tea, spiked iced tea, and different mixes. And then for the real tea enthusiast and the gardener, we have Grow Your Own Tea and Herbal Tea Gardens to get you started for making your own tea from scratch at home. Now, I do love tea, but my heart really belongs to coffee. So if you're a coffee enthusiast like me, never without your travel mug, we have Craft Coffee, a manual. This will get you started from all the different ways to make coffee, whether you're just using a Keurig or something fancy. I love coffee. Over 100 easy and delicious coffee drinks. This includes both hot and iced. And finally, because you need something to go with all that coffee, Maxwell House's Coffee Drinks and Desserts Cookbook to help you make the perfect coffee or tea time.
Hi, Halloween is just around the corner, so we thought we would show you some books for your holiday parties and fun. The first one we have is by Lawrence Books. It's called Halloween, Bewitching Treats, Eats, Costumes, and Decorations. The next one is Homemade Halloween, Quick and Easy Costumes, Decorations, and Not So Frightening Holiday Fun, by Fox Chapel Publishing. The next one by Roxanne Rhodes, Pumpkins and Party Themes, 50 DIY designs to bring your Halloween extravaganza to life. By the magazine All You, Frightfully Fun, Halloween Handbook, Crafts, Parties, Recipes, and Costumes. Better Homes and Gardens Halloween, 101 Frightfully Fun Ideas. By Jill Williams Brover, Scary Scenes for Halloween. And by Catherine Steves, Halloween Jack-Lanterns. And to go along with carving jack-o'-lanterns and pumpkins, we are going to show you some no-carve ways to decorate your pumpkins for Halloween. We are going to demonstrate ways to decorate your pumpkins the no-carve way. The sky's the limit on creativity. All you need to do is have a little bit of imagination. But today we're going to focus on some real easy ways to use what you have right at home. How many of us have push pins? We all do. So use push pins and you can really create any design you want in your pumpkins. But I'm gonna just decorate it the regular way with eyes, a nose, and a mouth. But you can do any color, any design. You can make flowers. You can do initials. If you have felt, you can make animal type of designs. You can use construction paper. How about fall leaves? Use those. The sky's the limit. I'm doing it upside down, so we'll have to see how we're doing here, and then I'll turn it back around. But it's really simple. Basically, you just take your push pin and push it in, but watch your fingers. And you'll always want to make sure that your adult is around when you're using something like push pins. And for a fun mouth, I'm going to use these flowered push pins. And there you have it. The next pumpkin we're going to decorate is going to be using water and nail polish. And what you're going to do is you're going to take a, we have a foil pan here. You can use something that you don't mind getting nail polish all over because it will dry. And you just take your nail polish and put some water in your pan, and you're just going to kind of drizzle some nail polish into the water. We're going to use 3 different colors to kind of give it a really neat effect. And the nail polish is going to disperse in the water, so it's going to kind of give it almost like a tie-dye effect. I'm going to take a foam brush. I'm going to just stir it around a little bit. We have a pumpkin here that we painted, so we're going to dip it. Splash it around a little bit. And take it out, and it kind of gives you this really neat marbling effect. What a fun way to decorate a pumpkin. The third pumpkin we're going to decorate, we are going to use Mod Podge. And if you don't have Mod Podge, you can use white glue and water. It will give you the same effect. And we have just different color tissue paper that we've cut up in squares, and we are going to decorate our pumpkin with that. So you're going to use a foam brush, and you're going to dip it into the glue, and you're going to just paint your pumpkin. You can do it in sections. It'll be easier if you do sections, and I'm just going to kind of do this top section over here to demonstrate. It might be better to start from the bottom, but for demonstration purposes, I will show you the top. And then once you have your glue on there, you're going to layer your tissue paper, just kind of all over in different spots. And then you're going to take more glue and you're going to go back over it. And right now, it looks really messy, but once the glue dries, it'll give you a really neat effect. And then you're just going to continue and go over the rest of your pumpkin. Continuing to put the paper. It doesn't really matter how you place it. You can even put paper on top of, as I'm putting over on top of this purple, you can place paper really wherever you would like. But the key is to make sure that you first put the glue down and then just put another layer over it. And then once you're done doing your entire pumpkin, you allow it to dry and you'll have a nice decorated pumpkin.
For our last segment today, we are going to show you some cookbooks that would be perfect to use in the fall. We have Taste of Home Pumpkin, 101 fabulous fall dishes that warm hearts and satisfy tummies. Winter Warmers, 60 cozy cocktails for autumn and winter by Jassy Davis. The Pumpkin Cookbook, 139 recipes celebrating the versatility of pumpkin and other winter squash by Dee Dee Stovall. Purely Pumpkin, more than 100 seasonal recipes to share, savor, and warm your kitchen by Allison Day. And really in the winter and in the fall, there's nothing better than some easy throw together casseroles and some soups and stews that you can just leave on the oven and on the stove. So we have the Casserole Queen's Cookbook by Crystal Cook and Sandy Pollock. We have Casseroles, 60 fabulous one-dish recipes from Good Housekeeping. Taste of Home's Soup, Stews, and More, 300 recipes, tips, and ideas to ladle out bowls of comfort. Taste of Home Soups, 380 heartwarming family recipes recipes. And we have Best 100 Smoothies for Kids. Incredibly nutritious and totally delicious, no sugar added smoothies for any time of day by Deborah Heron, which we will make a recipe from in the next section. All right, we are back to show you how to make the pumpkin pie smoothie from the Best 100 Smoothies for Kids book that we mentioned earlier. Now, disclaimer, I am not a chef, a baker, nor am I a smoothie maker. So, we're gonna try it. I'm not making any promises. What we need for the recipe, we need 2 cups milk. We need 1 cup pumpkin puree. We need 2 frozen underripe bananas, which we just took out of the freezer and chopped them up. We need 2 tablespoons pure maple syrup. We need 1 teaspoon vanilla extract. We need a teaspoon pumpkin pie spice. And we need, I believe, a cup of ice cubes. It's really good to keep your recipe right where you can see it. So, we're going to start by using our magic bullet to mix everything. You can use a blender if you have that at home, or probably a Vitamix if you have that. I'm going to start by adding a little of the ice first. I think that was actually 2 cups, so we added our 1 cup. We are going to add our milk. Next, we will put our pumpkin puree. And our bananas. Oh man, it's getting close to the top. I'll mash those down a little bit. Okay, next we need our maple syrup. And last, I think we need our vanilla extract and our pumpkin spice. Luckily, we just need a little of each of those. And I'm not guaranteeing we won't make a mess when we put the lid on, but it's all fun and games, right? Yeah, I would probably going to need a trash can at this point. Oh, we have a blender on film, so we can use that instead. All right, so we are going to gracefully transfer everything into our blender. This would work if you wanted to cut your recipe in half and make a smaller dose of it. All right, well, kids. Not too bad. All right, we're going to put the lid on, and then we are going to blend. Make sure, if you are doing this at home, that you have a grown-up with you and that you ask that you make a mess in the kitchen. All right, ready? Let's put the lid on. Let's plug it in. And let's see what happens. So you can pulse it a couple times to make sure that you're getting that ice all distributed. And then if it looks nice and smooth, it smells really good. I don't know how it tastes, but it smells good. All right, and we have cups somewhere, so let's give it a taste. It's very good. It's a little thick. You might need to thin it out or use a straw.